Shalom family, Shaman Eliah. Thank you for joining me at Sectarian Wisdom again. And as usual, I am a wise, wealthy, rich, celestial being that is loved by the Most High Creator. Let's get it, family. Alright, family, I got a new video series for you. We're going to be jumping into the specific lands of the Terra-Infinita map. And today we're going to read about the lands of the Custodians. If you want to purchase this book, I think I paid maybe like $15-16 for it on Amazon. Like I said, this goes a little deeper into not all the lands, but you know, it gets into quite a few, a nice good number of them. So without further ado, go ahead and jump in. And this is chapter 3, the lands of the Custodians. If you could see it up here, let me go ahead and I'm gonna make it a little bigger for you guys. Alright. I want you guys to see my beautiful face. So let me make it a little bit smaller. But anyway, you get the point. So, chapter 3, the lands of the Custodians. Alright, here we go. This parasitic race, as we briefly indicated in the first chapter, are beings that base their technology on attack and defense weapon. This parasitic race, as we briefly indicated in the first chapter, are beings that base their technology on attack and defense weapons, using all their potential in the discovery, colonization, and exploration of other lands, as well as the beings they can find. Using all their potential in the discovery, colonization, and exploration of other lands, as well as beings they can find. Their beginning is unclear and full of questions. There are theories among the giants where it is said that the custodial race was attacked by some other race that did not even come from this great dome, and they merged with the locals to create a great force that later gave origin to the Custodians. This would explain the reason for their great development over other races that were still in their infancy trying to survive within their circles. The Custodians, it is said, were the first to leave their world and advance on their way to the others, with great destructive and colonizing power, having reached each of the worlds and tried to explore around the known end of the worlds. While they have been defeated on at least 2 known occasions by 2 completely different races, it is certain that they are also vengeful, and that if they have not yet tried again, they soon will. The Custodians, as the only race, were the ones who attempted to enter the celestial lands. That very little is known. The Custodians, as the only race, were the ones who attempted to enter the celestial lands. That very little is known. These lands are the most mysterious of all the known worlds, and while all or almost all the races existing today are aware of this place, very few dare to want to penetrate it. The story goes that humanity in a way comes from these lands, and that each of the humans have the source or life energy, also called soul, that comes from these lands. Therefore, the human destiny is to confront the Custodians. That whatever is done, the great clash will be inevitable. You know what this kind of sounds like? If you looked at my video where I read the sealed portion, it says that God actually comes from a different land, or the creator, what do you want to call it, or the creator of, whatever you want to call him, Jesus Christ or Yahushua Mashiach of Nazareth, that his father, the father of the Messiah, comes from a different land, a different landmass. And kind of when I hear this, I'm kind of wondering if this is the land of the Custodians. I kind of feel like it may be Orion. I'm thinking it's the lands of Orion, but I could be wrong. But anyway, let me keep reading about the Custodians. I apologize. I just want to throw that in there. It was just a thought. The story goes that humanity in a way comes from the lands, and that each of the humans have the source or life energy, also called soul, that comes from these lands. Therefore, the human destiny is to confront the Custodians. That whatever is done, the great clash will be inevitable. Although it has already been tried, and the great forces between humans and custodians have collided with the help of the Anakim giants and others, history will surely repeat itself again in these lands. For that reason, we are very aware of everything that happens here. Any opportunity free any opportunity to free humanity will be used to the fullest. Also, we cannot make the mistake of the past, otherwise, it is possible that now we may never have another opportunity. For each reset, each reset, they've been talking about a reset recently. Well, hey, maybe this might have something to do with it. For each, I haven't read this before, family, so just, we reading it together first time. For each reset, the security becomes stronger, and the human standard of living becomes less and less free. The humanity that is living now is nothing like that of my ancestors in these same lands, nor that of my ancestors to the previous one. Each reset is worse, stricter, with less freedom and greater manipulation. We escaped from these lands during the Great War against them. The giants helped us to form a large bloc and confront them before everything got out of control. Unfortunately, when the hard defeat came, we knew that everything was going to get worse for those born here. Besides, they know that many escaped and that we would be in danger to all the manipulation and lies in these lands that they spread and control. When it was speaking about giants fighting with humans, it kind of reminds me of Game of Thrones. The people from beyond the wall fight the humans fighting with the giants. Here I go. It would be difficult to generate another new great Tartaria. Anybody heard of the mud flood or Tartaria or Tartaria? This is my first, like I said, first time reading this. It's interesting that it's mentioned in this. It would be difficult to generate another new great Tartary with all the free technology in the great cities that we were able to forge. The truth is that we had the hope that victory and freedom would finally be ours. But by those things of destiny, we did not achieve it. We know that it was very close, but it is also true that defeat would bring more misery to a new humanity. The risk was very high. The babies who are less than 7 months old are left at the disposal of the custodians in these lands, who with their technology take them little by little to a new beginning. This beginning is sudden and in various parts of the known continents, so there will always be a part that will not have parents, grandparents, and so there will always be a part that will not have parents, grandparents, and so it will be until forgotten. Once the number they set is reached, they will begin to manipulate the human to take them on the path they have decided. The vestiges of a past life will be intermingled as their own. Even if the human of that time cannot reproduce it nor have the necessary tools, nothing will be questioned as long as everything can be demonstrated by the great leaders of the media, scientists, historians, scholars, celebrities, and all kinds of fictitious prestige that they will invent depending on what stage of development the race is in. Are we being tricked? Are we being tricked right now, family? Is this what it's saying? Is that maybe the custodians are already here in our lands, and that we're all actually, like they say, we're in the Matrix, and we're all actually in a prison right now, and we just don't realize it? The technology will be delivered in small installments until it can reach the level that is also previously established by the leaders. The custodians are arrogant beings who detest the human being. For them, the human being is a horrible being who smells bad and does not deserve any freedom. The custodial leaders are really hostile and always were hostile to our races. They almost kind of sound like the Covenant from Halo, a little bit. That is why they control it. Oh shoot! It says they control it. Okay, I guess we are. Apparently, we're in prison. If you watch my videos before, family, where I've talked about where I feel like we're in a time capsule, like we're being trapped in a place where time moves faster, but we're not allowed to leave. Like we're in a spell that keeps us from remembering, and a spell that keeps us aging faster and continue to go through a reset. That is why they control it. But they also do not allow anything to get out of the pre-established control. They would even carry out a reset before knowing that at least a single human could escape. The leaders many times met with the intention of eliminating the human race, but there was much debate about it, especially for the tasks that are carried out here. That would bring much discussion among the same custodians. Plus, there is a small part that has great relationship with the leaders. Many are part of lodges, military or politicians who came to have direct contact with them and were rewarded with their passage to other lands. For example, the existing colony in the lands of Mars. Man, family, this is kind of getting deep. This is kind of explaining a lot to me, especially when we think about the reptilians, we think about Elon Musk and people like this and SpaceX, so-called SpaceX anyway. The story of the last reset, where my grandparents were able to escape along with my mother, who at that time was a baby, was due to the Great War that took place in these lands more than 250 years ago. Put on alert this race who thought they dominated these lands with ease until the union of giants and humans really shook their power. In the war, it is said that one of their most important leaders died at the hands of the giants, humans, and hold on. In the war, it is said that one of their most important leaders died at the hands of the giants, humans, and this also caused that the new human being. And this also caused that the new human beginning in these lands, with babies of a few months, was carried out under a strict control and manipulation. It is what we are seeing in the current days, and what we will continue to see in the near future if things do not change. The custodians are carnivores for the most part, although they can really eat all kinds of food. Do they eat human flesh? I will come back to this question later, as I think it is worth talking about. They know agriculture well, being pioneers and experts in that field, something they inculcate, inculcate. What is that word? I'm having issues pronouncing it. Something they insulate? Is that insulate or it's not insulate, is it? Something they insulate and educate the human after each educate the human after each reset to carry out these tasks of agriculture and animal husbandry, so that they can increase their population as fast as possible. So apparently, are they trying to say that Earth is like the breadbasket of this so-called universe or of these people? They receive pleasure from human fear or sadness. All that negative energy can be absorbed by them that they really end up enjoying it. That is why it is common to see great sacrifices in ancient civilizations or great tragedies. The thirst for human blood, they enjoy these sacrifices, and in many stories we can find that they feed on this. They reached a great development. Matter of fact, family, I want to mention something. I did a video once on the flag deception and how most of our flags, we don't realize, actually have stars of Baphomet on them. And what people don't realize is even to the Medal of Honor, it's, look at the star, the upside down star, and usually when you get the Medal of Honor, you get it for murking a lot of people, for deleting a lot of people in war. Like, I know that there's people who got Medal of Honor for killing between 50 and 100 people, one person. So it's almost like a sacrifice. And what I'm reading here, honestly, it tells me I'm right. They reached a great development in the modification of the climate, and it is common that they create great walls of ice around the colonized lands. This they began to use in the last time, since before they had not reached this development. The walls served them as a great shield to be able to protect or enclose even more the colonized races. In this way, it is very difficult for them to escape, even when they have to leave some worlds by necessity to go in search of another. Man, family, what did I say earlier? And like I said, go look at that. I did a video, and I call it we're in a time capsule, I think. And basically the video is like, we're in a time capsule. We're part of a big experiment. And I've said it many times, go watch the movie Old, family. There's a movie called Old. and it really speaks about what I just read. So, man, family, I haven't even read this, and I'm telling you, I'm right about what I'm saying. So, when you get the chance, go read the go watch my video about us being in a time capsule. Matter of fact, the picture on top of the video is it's the movie Old. Anyway, family, I'm done reading this for now. Next time, I'm gonna do the next landmass and do a little history on the next one. So without further ado, as usual, I am a wise, wealthy, rich, celestial being that is loved by the Most High Creator. Let's get it, family. We got it. Be blessed, family. I'll catch you later.